guys, so today I'm going to be looking at disgusting things people have eaten by accident. So yeah, let's just get right into the video. I worked at a vet's office for a year or so as a kennel attendant. Oftentimes, dogs and cats would be sick and I would have to clean up after them. One dog had very bad diarrhea and naturally ate it before I came in for my shift. I cleaned him and his kennel, but soon after he vomited. I went outside and tossed the blanket from his kennel over the chain link fence so I could hose it down. I learned two things that day. Wet blankets tend to drip when you throw them over your head, and I should make sure I close my mouth beforehand. Oh, did they accidentally taste the dog vomit? Cringe. Oh my gosh, I just got goosebumps. I was at the beach and I had a water, but it wasn't cold and I was wanting something cold and my dad just bought a Coke, so I knew that would be cold, but it was in a styrofoam cup with a lid, so I couldn't see inside. Anyway, he drank it fast and apparently he was done and was using the cup to ash his cigarettes, and I drank little Coke mixed with ashed cigarettes. Ew. Ugh. Honestly though, any drink that's cold just tastes better. Like, comparing room temperature water to cold water, I would rather drink cold water more because that just tastes better. I don't know why, I can just gulp down cold water way faster than room temperature water. One time when I was around 12, I drank from a cup in my dad's van thinking it was hot chocolate. It turned out to be spit. Did the dad spit in the cup? Drinking someone's spit. Oh my gosh, I'm about to. I wanted a snack, so I cooked some bacon on a pan that I had used that morning. It had some leftover grease, but I didn't care. After I cooked it, I grabbed a few pieces off and munched on them. I soon realized my bacon tasted like literal soap. I had forgotten that after I cooked the bacon that morning, I lazily spread some dish soap in the pan and left it on the stove to soak. Really? They really forgot? Wow. This was their fault for using leftover grease. I recently drank milk straight from the carton only to get a rancid chunky mess 15 days before expiration. If you've ever had rancid milk, you know how bad it is. Oh, I don't think I've ever tasted bad milk before because my parents always tell me to smell the milk before drinking it, because if it smells like sour or like rotten or something, just chuck it away. So yeah. My husband and I went to the movies and for some insane reason I still can't justify, he started clipping his nails. Wait, in the theater? He brought his nail clipper to clip his nails while watching movies in public? Okay. I had some curly fries and was chomping on them happily when all of a sudden, you guessed it, I had the biggest, gnarliest nail clipping in my mouth. I spat out the curly fries and the nail into the seats in front of us. He was laughing so hard we had to leave. I'll be mad. I'll be disgusted. Ew. Why though? Why in public? Yeah. What? He couldn't have waited till they went home? Was he that bored or what? He was like, this is boring. I should do something productive. Let's clip my nails. So I have pet rats and they were chilling on the bed with me as I ate my dinner of mixed beans and rice. I managed to spill some on the bed and picked up what I thought was a kidney bean and popped it in my mouth. Nope, it was rat poop. Worked that out after 2 chews and spent most of the night dry heaving and drinking a lot of water. Ew. Ew, they ate poop. I mean, at least it was small, right? I don't know. One day, as I was putting away groceries, I grabbed a pack of little raisin boxes to put away. But before I put them away, I opened a box to snack on before lunch. I was mindlessly eating, then about halfway through, I looked down and noticed little white spots on the raisins. I looked closer and that's when everything in my stomach came up. What were the little spots? Maggots. I have no idea how they got in there as they were closed shrink wrap boxes, but I threw out the rest of the boxes and I've never bought or eaten raisins again. I never knew maggots can get into raisins. That sucks when you're eating something so happily and you're just enjoying your life and then 1 second later something can just ruin everything for you. I thought I was licking balsamic glaze off my fingers. Turned out it was engine grease from checking my oil earlier in the day. Wait, they didn't wash their hands after? Like they didn't question where it came from? I'm so confused. Like, they just looked at the fingers and they were like, ooh, grease, yum. I'm pretty sure it must have smelt too though. I can't believe they forgot about it. Like, what were they doing after? That's honestly so random though. So I didn't eat it, but it was in my mouth. I was a kid and my mum made me a glass of chocolate milk. I went to drinking it and felt something weird on my tongue, so I spit it on the floor. A nice hairy spider was in there in the milk and ran away. What was the spider doing there? Was it in the cup? It climbed in the cup. And then it was about to drown because of someone. Oh my gosh. Well, I kind of feel bad for the spider. It was just minding its business and suddenly it's just filled with milk and like almost chomped on. I had fried up some chicken tenders one night and halfway through I bit into a tender that was a bit too soft. For some reason my hunger-driven mind thought, that's one real tender chicken tender. I swallowed and took another bite before I stopped mid-chew and thought, wait, it shouldn't be this soft. I rushed to the kitchen because I was eating in the dark and the tender was straight up alive in the middle. It was that raw. Never did actually get sick though. Wow. I have heard about people eating raw chicken. Like, that's a thing. That's crazy. I feel like if I told my parents, they would go mad. They'll be like, what? Don't you dare eat raw chicken. When I was 4 years old, I found a piece of what I thought was a dried up chocolate on my dad's bed. Turns out the dog had an accident and my mouth and I were scarred for life. They ate dog poop. Oh! I hope they didn't swallow it. Because if you eat chocolate, normally you would wait for it to melt, right? Or something, I don't know. Ugh. When I was little, my family and I were fishing. I was eating a cookie and holding a crab. Instead of the cookie, I bit the crab. It was alive and I still feel guilty. I mean, a crab shell is pretty hard, right? One day when I was about 8 or 9, I was hungry and I grabbed a can of something to eat. I knew it didn't taste like anything humans would eat. Lo and behold, it was the cat's wet food. Oh well. Sometimes when I watch my dog eat, I'm like, how good is that, you know? Like, how good is it that you have to fight me for the treat? Worked at a daycare and we had lots of mum's frozen breast milk in the freezer, which after we unthawed it would often be mixed with food and sometimes coconut milk once the baby was old enough. One morning I forgot I'd added breast milk and I decided to taste what I'd made for the kid. Literally as soon as it touched my tongue, I realized I'd also added more than just coconut milk. Oh, breast milk. I mean, I shouldn't be like, oh, because as babies, I'm pretty sure most of us have drank breast milk. I was sharing a plate of desserts with a friend. I got to my brownie, ate my brownie. I mentioned to my friend that I didn't expect it to be a minty brownie. Then I found out it was only minty because I ate her gum that was on the plate along with my brownie. Oh, they swallowed it? Wow. Who even put gum on a plate though? But they're trying to save the gum, so after eating the brownie, they'll pick up the gum and eat it again. Wow. Not me, but a childhood best friend. We were drinking at a friend's house and found some orange juice in his fridge to chase cheap vodka with. I took a huge swig and then handed the gallon of orange juice to her. She started chewing something before spitting it out in her hand and asked me if I had lost my gum in a gallon. I was like, no. We pointed a flashlight on it and saw a huge finger-sized wad of slimy green mold. The juice was 4 months expired. She swallowed at least half of the chunk of mold. Why do people keep expired food in their fridges? I feel like my parents have so many expired things in the fridge. They just don't throw it out, you know. They're like, hey, we can use it for another month. They're like, it's okay. It doesn't matter. And I'm like, but it's expired. They're like, it's okay. I've been doing this for like 10 years. I'm like that safe one, okay? I'm always like, oh, just to be safe, let's throw it out. We have a separate box for my lizard's kale for when we put it on their cage and they don't finish it. We put the kale back in the box so they can eat it later. Well, once I made a salad and ate it all before realizing I was eating my lizard's kale. You ate your lizard's kale, how could you? How could you eat your lizard's lunch? When I was about 10, I opened a can of soda, took a couple of sips, and suddenly felt something squashy and slimy. I spat it out and found it was a mini shellless snail. Oh, it must have like climbed onto the can, right? I was eating some old chocolate bark I found in the back of my pantry. I didn't think about how old the bag of chocolate was. Eventually, I looked down into the bag to get a bigger piece, and I saw an insane amount of tiny little bugs all over the chocolate I had been eating. Wasn't it like crunchy if they were eating bugs? Like, Oh, maybe they were just like waiting for it to melt. Why do people look for the expiration date? Is it only me? Because I feel like every time I eat something, I always look at when it expires. I'm like, okay, safe to eat. I don't know how long these things are here for, you know. I'm like, when did you buy this? When did you buy this, huh? Well, that's it for the video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Tell me in the comments down below what your thoughts are. And as always, thanks for watching. Hope you guys liked it. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye!